welcome back to my channel. So let's dance because we're here to learn something new today. If you're new to this channel, hey, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, my darling. There are some skills that you just need in your everyday life, and there are some skills that you also need that you use in your everyday life and you still need it elsewhere in other things that you do. Today we're going to discuss on data analysis and the roadmap technically on the skills that you need to become a very good data analyst in 2023. My name is Sylvia and I'm happy to have you here. Data analysis has come to become one of the key trending areas in the tech space, and the reason is not far-fetched. You'll notice that when you're able to analyze a given data, either proxy data or data that you start accumulating for the future. Proxy data can mean data from the past of a particular thing. We've come to see the use that analyzing data over a given area helps to give visibility, it helps to give insight on a situation, answers hidden questions, helps to bring out outliers that can inspire more questions to be asked and then bring about answers to hidden issues, either in businesses or in personal lives or in whatever area it's found. Today we're going to talk about the general technical skills that we need to be a data analyst, and how I will do that in 2023 if I were to start again from now. In the first place, I would love to say Microsoft Excel is my first pick. So I'm going with Microsoft Excel as my first pick because it's good to start from the basics, from the introduction, while you now go higher. And Microsoft Excel is a very broad tool to use, but for analysis you could just pick the introductions and the basics. There are some things that you just learn and you'll be able to do what you need to do, but for very high and advanced stages like using macros, VBAs, there are other things that you could do with Microsoft Excel. But for the first stage, I would say Microsoft Excel because you can use the data, you can analyze the data, you can also do visuals using Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel can be limited because of the amount of rows and columns that it's using. So depending on your data set, you might not be able to use Microsoft Excel. But for a beginner, I would advise that you start with Microsoft Excel. Use it to learn how to visualize the data, how to clean your data, how to make meaning of your data, how to tell little stories of that data from Microsoft Excel. Then from there we can move on to the next phase. So for me, my next phase is going to be SQL. SQL is structured query language used to query a database. Sometimes you need to access an existing database of either a company or of what you want to work with, and then so you need tools like SQL to use to access this database. Excel will not be able to directly access a given database, so SQL is going to be my next pick. And there are different places where you can learn SQL. Structured query languages are used to access relational databases which are structured in a given pattern, so it helps you to bring out the data sets that you need to work with from the large source of database that you have, and then make meaning of that data set. You can also still pull it into Excel to analyze it. So yes, SQL will be my number 2. In my third pick, I'll go with a business intelligence tool for my visualizations. When you're done analyzing this data and you have some insights that you want to share, it will be easier for stakeholders to understand the insights from visuals, from graphs, from charts, from pictures, make meaning from what you've been able to analyze at a first glance, and then before they now go further into asking more questions to understand what you said. Different BI tools that you could use. Two popular ones we know are the Microsoft Power BI and then also the Tableau, but I know we have other ones like Looker is also coming up. With Microsoft Power BI, once you have a license with Microsoft, it will come free with the user. Tableau also has a public access where you can use to learn and use for your visuals. Power BI and Tableau are currently widely accepted by different companies across different fields, so it's going to be a very good place for you to start. In all sense, you need a visualization tool. Excel also helps to give visuals and dashboards, and with some few steps like using slicers, you learn how to make graphs interactive, and this is also going to help your stakeholders to understand better what your insights are saying. So with these three technical tools, you're really ready to go a very long way in the data analysis field. Companies even just go further to hire people that are very good in just SQL, some database management skills. But for a good data analyst, you need your Excel, SQL, and a visualization tool. Then going on to my next step, just because it can help me for a very big data set, for big data sets, and then also because we have a lot of competition in the data space already. That would be my second reason. And then also because there are some companies that would want you to do everything at the same time. So then the fourth skill I'm going to advise that we all get is Python. So let me not box it into Python. I'm sorry, I think I'm biased with Python, but let me not box it into Python. Let me say a programming language that can help with analyzing data. I have two strong ones that a lot of data analysts love to use, and that's the Python and R programming languages. So these two languages are very good in analyzing data sets. They're very good with giving you insights that you need, and they also help you to stand out from the multitude of people that know how to use just Excel, SQL, and a visualization tool. So having Python is an added advantage for a data analyst, and it's also a very good language for you to learn because you can even use them in different other areas apart from just data analysis. Having a skill in programming is also a standalone advantage. Then when you now bring it into the data space, a very, very good skill to know how to use. The beautiful thing about this space is that you have to keep learning, you have to keep learning new skills, you have to keep learning better ways to present your data, you have to learn better ways to tell a story with your data, because this is what to keep your stakeholder glued to understand what you're saying and then to actually use it to make better business decisions. Okay, so going further, there are also some very important skills that we need to learn. It might not be technical, but they're also very important. And this includes presentation skills. Okay, so when you have your data set ready, you have your insights ready, your dashboards all looking nice, and you're not doing it in the right way, people can misunderstand what you're saying, and this will flop everything that you had done. It's very important to know how to present your insights, your stakeholders. Also, it is also very important to learn how to communicate. So you need to get very strong communication skills, whether to your internal customers or to your stakeholders. Also, you need teamwork, because some of the data set that you're going to be getting might be from inter-department or from different people, or maybe you have to do surveys. So you need to learn how to work with different people to be able to achieve your result. Also, you need to learn how to ask a lot of questions, and in addition to asking a lot of questions, you need to learn how to ask the right questions, because when you ask the right questions, then you can get the right answers, because there are so many outliers or so many things that you might need to understand from a data set, or you're trying to put two things together and it's not aligning because there's something missing that you need to find out. And if you don't know who to ask, or if you don't know how to ask your questions, you'll still not be able to figure out the right answer for this missing information in your data. So you need to learn how to ask questions and ask the right questions. Data analysis is a very helpful tool even in our personal lives and to help with business decisions. I'll be bringing by this channel different ways we can learn all the skills that we've mentioned and how to get better in this space. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel if this is what you'd want. I also talk about personal finance and self-development, so please stick around, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comment section how your data journey has been, where you are right now in your skill learning, and what skill you'd want to learn next. I'm rooting for you big time. And this is Sylvia signing out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.